All right, let's try some multitasking here. I've got something on my mind that I want to share, but I don't want to spend 90 minutes or 2 hours in front of a computer to share it. So here we go. I gave up hot water as a New Year's resolution this year. And as much as I am very, very much looking forward to my first hot bath or shower come January 1st, as a resolution, it wasn't very difficult. A few years ago, I gave up buying prepared food, and I clearly remember my wife crying over her meal on Mother's Day because she talked me into going to the restaurant, but she couldn't talk me into eating there. We had a new manager at work during that time, and we all went out to lunch to welcome him in and to get to know each other. And I had a glass of water, so there were a lot of people looking at me like there was going to be a potential professional consequence to, not joining the group. But whether it's professional consequences or physical discomfort, I always get through it because I sort of have the knack of pretending like these things aren't choices. I symbolically remove the hot water handle from the faucet on my shower at the beginning of the year. I found it a few times to run a bath for the dog or for my son, but it doesn't matter. I pretend it's not a choice. I don't force myself to the agony of getting up every morning, when I'm tired or cold and saying, do I want to do something uncomfortable today? I just don't accept it as a choice. And it's not always comfortable to do that, but it is a lot more comfortable maybe than getting up and going to work at all. So that's kind of what's on my mind, is that we get a lot of freedom, or even, you could say a lot of power, by ignoring choices, just pushing them away completely. But the complication is we probably do that much more often when the expectation is something from the outside. So, you take someone who can't go on a diet or can't quit smoking, but the same person will get up and go to work every day, or will do uncomfortable things at work, do jobs he or she doesn't like. Guru Anaerobic would say that, that person should get up every morning and question the choice of going to work. That it shouldn't be taken as a matter of course that you're going to get up out of your bed when you're nice and warm and get up and go to work because somebody else tells you to, or because somebody else is going to pay you. And yeah, there's some merit in that. But I think even people who question that decision still don't get through life without just relinquishing a lot of their choices. I think you have to, just to function, you have to relinquish a lot of your choices. If you've ever been in a job where you started to accept getting up and going there every day as a choice, when you started looking at that as a decision you had to make every morning, you probably weren't at that job very long. And people who do that regularly, maybe 1 in a million of them will be fabulously wealthy, and the rest will be, end up living above their ex-wife's garage or something of that nature. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about. I'm looking at it as this power that you can have if you can motivate yourself into this state of just accepting a fate, into some hard-headedness, rather than just let that come all from outside. And if you can do it, which I can. If you need something not done, I'm fabulous at not doing it. I've got a real knack for being hard-headed through going through uncomfortable things. I've never DNF'd any sort of physical activity, painful bike rides or endurance or hikes. All of that is limited because I've never given up a resolution, but I've never made a resolution that had logistical impediments. So in that way, I've made it easy on myself. Completing a hike when the weather is bad, or when you're tired, or when you're injured, is one thing, but it's not like a true athletic event where if you didn't prepare, if you didn't train correctly, and you didn't eat correctly, if your nutrition isn't right, or your equipment isn't right, or you haven't been doing things right for weeks or months, just physically you can't make it through. So that's the limitation of just being hard-headed rather than being actually motivated. The two different things. But have I been too hard-headed for other people, or too hard-headed to meet other people's wants? Maybe not. I've built a great career out of doing uncomfortable things and coaching other people through uncomfortable things. So maybe not. And secondly, how can I use this ability? How can I use the fact that I'm exceptionally hard-headed to get myself something better than bragging rights? Last year my resolution was 100,000 push-ups. I did 100,000 push-ups. I didn't diet. Maybe there's other things I didn't do, or didn't do the push-ups the right way. I don't know. I got great at push-ups, but it didn't really have any physical change for me. I got bragging rights. And, the cold showers, it didn't turn me into Wim Hof. I'm still chilly on a cold morning. It hasn't changed anything. It's just another instance of my gritting my teeth and getting through something. Yeah, I suppose I can brag about it, but that's it. I'm looking for that thing that I can do just with exceptional pain tolerance that will really make an effect on my life. That isn't professional. Professionally, pain tolerance has done wonders for me. It's made me a whole career, and a great career, and I love it. But personally, I'm looking for that thing. If you think of anything